Hello, my beautiful travelers. Olivia here, and you're watching Health Before Travel, the channel that helps you to think about your health and safety before your next trip. If this is your first time visiting with this channel, please consider subscribing because we are here every week talking about a different topic that has to do with traveling. Today I want to go over medicinal marijuana and the differentiation between that, narcotics, and controlled drugs, which marijuana actually comes under illegal, right? We know that. You cannot travel, you shouldn't have in your possession any of these illegal drugs. However, medicinal marijuana, the laws surrounding it throughout the world are changing little by little, but not everywhere is it exactly the same. And so that's what I want to talk about today. The 4 things that you need to make sure that you take care of before you go on that trip. Coming up. Research. I can't emphasize that enough. I'm here in Canada, and in Canada it is legal to travel with medicinal marijuana inside the provinces. So it's relatively easy if you are traveling nationally. However, once you decide to make that international trip, you are going to want to make sure that you look into exactly where it is that you're traveling to and what are the laws that are around that. In the United States, as a federal law, it is illegal. As a state law, different states treat it differently and how they handle that. So it depends on which state you'll be traveling to. Also, the country that you're going to. Each one of them have their own penalties which are associated with traveling with any narcotic or controlled substance. So that's why the importance of researching. You don't want to get to your destination and be jailed because you're carrying it, even if you have a prescription. You do not want to be denied entry and be sent right back home, or you do not want your medication to be confiscated from you, especially if it's for pain relief reasons. And if you're relying on that for your pain relief and they take it away from you, well, there you go, right? So again, like I said, absolutely paramount that you research this. The second thing that you want to make sure that you have on you is your documentation and your paperwork. It is clearly described and set out that you have a prescription that has the doctor's name, address, and billing code. They'll be able to cross-reference that and make sure that that prescription is legitimate. It is legitimate and that you are not carrying something for recreational purposes, which of course will be treated completely different than if it was for medicinal reasons. So you definitely want to make sure that your paperwork is in order and that you have on you maybe what is it the reason that you're taking it for, what is your illness, and something to back that up. Also, keep in mind that you cannot have more than a 30-day supply on you, no matter where you're traveling. The third thing is the recommendation from the Canadian Air Transport Security Authorities, which state that it's important that you call the airlines and airport and let them know that you'll be carrying a controlled substance with you. This will make the process a little bit easier if they are alerted before. You will still be searched. Your luggage will be searched, your paperwork will be checked, and again, like I mentioned before, they will cross-reference to make sure that it is legitimate. However, just by alerting them, it gives them the impression that you're not trying to smuggle this in. So make sure that you alert them. Also, give yourself more time. The last thing that you want to do is get to the airport with minimal amount of time because you're going to miss your flight. If you'll be driving across the border, again, a good practice is to call the customs authorities and let them know that you'll be coming across the border with a controlled substance. Again, you will be pulled out, you will be searched, your paperwork will be checked. Always good practices. Make sure that you do these. It will make your travel a lot less stress-free. The fourth thing that you want to make sure that you do is pack that medication in your carry-on. You do for all your medication anyways. You don't want to let that out of your sight. The other thing is you want to make sure that if your baggage was to go missing, that you actually still have your medication with you. So definitely keep that with you. It's a very good practice anyways, because of course they're going to ask you, did anybody pack your bags? Has your bag been out of your sight? And so if you are carrying a controlled substance in there, even for medicinal reasons, you want to make sure that you can answer that question. To recap, research, absolutely paramount that you do that. Documents, make sure you have your paperwork in good order. Call the customs authorities and let them know that you will be traveling with a controlled substance. And also, don't forget, keep that with you and your medication with you at all times. Those are your 4 rules, and that is my goal here, is to hopefully have your travel plans go as smoothly and as stress-free as possible. If you have any comments or any questions, please go ahead and put those down in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. It is a great way for us to open up our communication, and you can give me some feedback into exactly what the value is that you got here today. Hopefully you got something out of what we talked about here today in this video. If it's something that is relevant to you, great. If it is something that you could pass on to your friends, family, colleagues, then please go ahead and share this. And also consider subscribing to this channel, because like I mentioned before, I am here every single week bringing you a different topic. Sometimes it's a topic that you want me to talk about, and I just love that. A great opportunity for me to reach out to you and to give you exactly what it is that you're looking for. So again, see you back here again next week, and always remember, I want you to think about your health, stay safe before your next trip. Bye. Travel is becoming more of an uncertainty. We're not sure of exactly where it is that we can make plans to take our next trip. And with that in mind, that's where trip cancellation and interruption comes into play. This is why it is so important that you actually have that inside of your travel insurance policy.